My black queerness is a trauma site, a space that manifests PTSD and flashbacks like movie reel here. You see us terrorized by a past we cannot forget and hear. You can see us haunted by memories that aren't our own to clarify. When I say I am black, I mean I am a patchwork culture, held together by bonds of trauma, carried so deeply in my muscles that sometimes when I wake up in the morning they still ache with the labor of my ancestors building the educational institutions where I first learned about them. When I say I am black, I mean, I can't trace my lineage back any further than the 1800s because America stole my lineage as easily as their ancestors stole mine, and now home is a concept I wear like a hand-me-down sweater I will never quite grow into when I say I am queer. I mean, I was birthed with the AIDS epidemic etched into my bones like scrimshaw. That Orlando's pulse shooting was as traumatic to me as every wrongful black death. I mean, I have inherited these deaths like a birthright, did you know? When you are gay in your family's church. Sometimes your grandmother will have you exorcised because that's what they did to gay people when she was growing up, did you know? That sometimes the priest will cut you open and pour holy water into the wound to cleanse your insides in case you have that gay disease. When I say I am queer, I mean I was born unclean in the eyes of my family. That my soul would burn in hell for all eternity, and my family thought that was a good punishment for my lifestyle. When I call myself a black queer body, I mean I was born the thorns of a rose. The part that everyone hates the most, the part they always remove and call the rest beautiful. When I say I was born a black queer body, I mean I was cursed to be born with thorns when all I wanted was to be a beautiful thing. I mean I was born fighting to belong in a space that never made space for me, not even in the graveyards. Do you remember how queer folks didn't get autopsied or cremated or buried in graveyards because people thought that maybe the gays would infect everyone with AIDS? Instead, bodies got shipped to lots outside of black hoods and buried in mass graves there, all of which is to say, being black and queer with generational trauma makes it hard to want to be alive. Sometimes, I'm so sure my body is more familiar with being buried than living for tomorrow, and maybe this site, this black, queer, intersectional body is nothing more than a mass grave. Maybe we are all just bodies shipped out here and waiting to be buried.